Multiple reports have Rockets general manager Daryl Morey receiving a 4-year contract extension. Just heard that is done. He works hard for the money. While simultaneously working on another new extension for James Harden, Morey is working to upgrade Harden's supporting cast in a major way. Mark Stein says that Morey is aggressively trying to trade the likes of Brian Anderson, Patrick Beverley, and Lou Will to clear the way for a pursuit of marquee free agents such as Paul Millsap, Kyle Lowry, Blake Griffin, and Chris Paul.
So everybody.
Pretty much. That's how they roll in Houston. One source close to the situation told ESPN to expect the Rockets to go hard after Paul in July. You know what I don't understand, and it came up with Paul George with the Cavaliers. It came up with Lonzo Ball and the idea of him with the Sixers when it was talked about maybe he can go third, with Ben Simmons or whatever. It ain't a bad thing to have two dudes that can make everybody better. So I think I actually like Chris Paul as a fit in Houston alongside James Harden. That doesn't bother me.
Despite the fact that Harden obviously dominates the ball the way he does.
You're talking about the defense Chris Paul plays and the leadership that he brings to the table. I think they'd figure that out in that Mike D'Antoni system. I think Chris Paul should prefer San Antonio, but if he's looking at Houston, I think it makes a lot of sense for Houston to go hard after him.
San Antonio, who I just read before the show, who also is throwing their name in the ring for Kristaps Porzingis.
Because you should.
Right. Wouldn't that be scary?
Yeah. I mean, other than Kawhi, who you want?
I guess I agree with them giving Daryl Morey an extension. I think he's really built that team.
Great time for the analytics trial right now, by the way.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure.
Daryl Morey and the process coming to fruition.
And I like the fact that he's an out-of-the-box thinker. The question I've always had, especially considering they built their team last year with, we're just going to shoot as many threes as we possibly can. We're going to try to outscore the Warriors. Is this a sustainable plan? Is this
to keep flipping it?
Just to keep flipping it. And it seems like Houston, why are they always a team with a whole bunch of pieces and a lot of it doesn't make sense? You know what I mean?
It made sense.
It made sense more so last year. But even looking at this list, I'm like, okay, well, Chris Paul, look, it's Chris Paul, so you can't really turn that down. But even still, Chris Paul, James Harden, it's like, how does this all make sense?
You don't think those two can coexist? You don't think they'd figure it out? I mean, look, I don't think there'd be some kind of like wrestling match for whose locker room it is.
I don't.
He comes in and brings his own style of leadership.
But with the style
Harden's
of
more
play
laid
that
back.
they're trying to have in Houston, I just don't know how that all fits together.
CP3 can play off the ball, but if nothing else, he defends, so you don't lose anything defensively by replacing Patrick Beverley with Chris Paul, and you gain something offensively. I think it's a brilliant move.
It just seems like that
if they were to get it, but I don't think he goes there. I
don't either.
If you're going to pick a Texas team, you got to pick San Antonio.
It seems like they had an identity, and that they're willing to kind of just throw that all away and just start over and just do something different.
Warriors will do that to you.